okay, this is ridiculous. It's 11 o'clock here at night. I tried to go to bed at 9:30. I like to go to bed early and get up early. And I'm just laying here in bed and I'm absolutely buzzing with this excitement, with this energy that is just, I can't stay still. I'm so filled with joy. I am just excited. I'm just excited. And I'm reading Colossians chapter 1, verses 9 to 14 here. It's Paul's prayer for the church to the Colossians, and there is so much meat in this small passage, and it's such a great thing to pray for. If you're not sure what to pray for, this is amazing. Just pause the video and read those verses, Colossians 1 verses 9 to 14, and he's praying here that they may be filled with the knowledge of God's will in all spiritual wisdom and understanding. Like, just can you imagine that? Like, it's just inexhaustible. Like all spiritual wisdom and understanding. I can't even comprehend what that means. Like, we no matter how much we ask for, no matter how much we receive, that there is just more and more and more. And God's desire is for us to have all of that, as much as we're willing to have. He's willing to impart to us. And doesn't that just blow your mind? Doesn't that make you so excited to just think that we can just have as much of that as we want? It's there. We can take it. And we got to get hungry for it. And it says here then, so as to walk in a manner worthy of the Lord, fully pleasing to Him. The whole purpose of getting this spiritual wisdom and revelation and understanding is so that we would walk in a manner worthy of the Lord. So that we would produce that fruit in our life, so that we would be transformed and become like Christ and walk in a manner worthy of our calling to which God has called us. And it says here, bearing fruit in every good work and increasing in the knowledge of God. See, there it is again, that term, increasing in the knowledge of God. I talk about this so much because when we come before God with a desire to know Him more and to see Him clearer, He gives us a greater revelation of who He is. And as He does this increases our faith, because how you see God changes everything. It determines everything in your life. Your concept of God is the most important thing about you. And as your faith increases, His grace is imparted to you and you're transformed from the inside out. Your eyes are opened. You see through the eyes of the Spirit. Your heart desires, your purposes, your motives. Everything is changed. And you're given the power to live it out as well. And Paul's prayer here is that increase in all spiritual wisdom and understanding, that increase in the knowledge of God, and that this would lead to transformed lives. Because that's the fruit. It's just like a tree which just produces good fruit. As we abide in Him and know Him more, we can walk in a manner worthy of Him. We can't do it on our own, but in Him we can. And then it goes on to say that you may be strengthened with all power according to His glorious might. Now, I just have to stop there, right? The word glory, or kavod, in the Bible, the original word, is the full weight and significance of the greatness of who He is. So that you may be strengthened. What does that say here? That you may be strengthened with all power according to His glorious might. The full weight and significance and greatness of who God is. I can't even comprehend that we'd be strengthened with that power. It just makes me realize how little I've accepted up until now. If I can have that much, that's exciting. That is so exciting. It's just, I can't comprehend that. And then it says for. So what's the purpose of this power? It's not so that we can use it on ourselves. It's not so that we can obtain selfish desires and ambitions. It's for all endurance and patience with joy. So this is talking about suffering. that his strength is so overwhelmingly enough, and that we are going to be able to live with endurance and patience, and not only endurance and patience to get through the trial, but with joy and giving thanks to the Father. So we're not just surviving. We're not just, oh, I'm getting by, brother. I'm doing my best, and I'm just trying to get by. We're not just surviving in the midst of the trial. We're thriving. We're overcoming it. We have patience. We have endurance, but at the same time we have joy, and we're thankful. Why? It says here, because giving thanks to the Father who has qualified you to share in the inheritance of the saints of light. He's delivered us from the domain of darkness. That's we were slaves to sin, to Satan, and transferred us to the kingdom of his beloved Son, Jesus Christ, in whom we have the redemption for the forgiveness of sins. So that's the joy. As it says in 2 Corinthians chapter 4, 16 to 18, we don't lose heart, because as we look to the things, not the things that are seen, but the things that are unseen, we know that they're preparing for us this light momentary affliction and an eternal weight of glory, which doesn't even compare to the afflictions that we're going through. Because the things that we see are transient, but the things that we don't see are eternal. And it's saying here, we can have that joy and that grateful heart no matter what we're going through, because of the place that we're going to, what God has prepared for us, what he has done for us is far greater than anything we're going through. Romans 8:18 says, "For I don't consider any of the present suffering worthy to the glory that is to be revealed." So not only do we have the power to go through the trials, we have the power to go through the trials with joy and thanksgiving, because there's a reason for it. You think about this. This blows my mind. If you're standing before a judge and you're guilty, and the judge says to you, he says, you know what? You can't do a thing. You got no way out of this. I'm going to pay your fine for you. All right, I'm going to pay your fine for you, and you're free. You'd say that's amazing. That's incredible. But what if it didn't stop there? What if he then said to you, okay, not only are you free, but I am now going to arrange for you to stay in the biggest mansion of the greatest king. You're going to have the full rights of the son. You're going to have access to everything, to food, to servants, to everything all day. And this is your life now. You're one moment here escaping punishment, the next moment you've been exalted to the highest of places. And that's what God does. He doesn't just save us from hell and punishment, which is what we deserve. He exalts us as co-heirs with Christ, as sons of God. And that should bring joy and thanksgiving, as it says in this verse. So I just wanted to share that with you, and that's another part of increasing in the knowledge of God, of what he's done for us, and that's what's going to increase our faith and lead to transformation and create a desire in our heart to serve him more. We don't become merciful to receive mercy. We don't forgive to receive forgiveness. No, we are merciful because we have received mercy, and we forgive because we have been forgiven. And all of the fruit of walking in a manner worthy of the Lord comes out of the place of knowing who he is, and that transforms us. You can't know this stuff and not be transformed, and it's all a revelation of the Spirit. So I hadn't prepared any of this. I just wanted to come on and share that while I was feeling this excitement, and I pray you've been blessed by that, and I pray that I can get to sleep now and have a great night's sleep and wake up fresh tomorrow. Friends, take care. Get inspired by the word. It is so powerful. Bless you, and we'll talk to you soon.